So under then a cloud of war crime accusations, the Russian President Vladimir Putin has arrived in Mongolia, his first visit to a member of the International Criminal Court since the court issued an arrest warrant for him last year. The Russian leader wanted by the Hague-based court for the alleged illegal deportation of Ukrainian children. Kyiv continuing to urge the Mongolian authorities to execute the arrest warrant, whilst the ICC itself said last week that all members have an obligation to detain those sought by it. Well, let's hear first of all from a Russian opposition politician.
Just a few days ago, I, along with numerous members of Russia's opposition and civil society, signed an open appeal to the government of Mongolia to implement their absolutely clear-cut legal obligation to arrest citizen Putin the moment he enters Mongolian territory, in accordance with the ICC warrant that accuses him of war crimes. If Mongolia considers itself a country with the rule of law that aspires to be part of the civilized world, it should respect the Rome Statute that we know it has signed and ratified.
Well, a short while ago, I spoke to our Asia correspondent, Yenna Lee, and I asked her if there are any signs at all that Putin could be arrested and if he's taking any real risk by being there.
No real risk for President Putin. The Mongolians, after all, have invited him to Ulaanbaatar. There have been no signs that this is some kind of elaborate ruse to arrest him. For Mongolia's ruling party, the risks are also very low. Rights groups in the capital have been protesting against President Putin's arrival, but space for civil society in the country is getting narrower, and at this stage there's little chance that this event would have significant political consequences for the leadership there, especially as there is little to no risk of sanctions against the country for this. This is because the ICC has no enforcement mechanism, and it's not even the first time something like this that happens. Back in 2015, South Africa did not arrest Sudan's then President Omar al-Bashir, who had travelled to Johannesburg. He was then wanted for alleged genocide. So Monday's red carpet welcome for President Putin is just another embarrassment for the International Criminal Court.
So why is Putin there then? What do both sides hope to get out of this visit?
Well, Mongolia's ruling party has decades-long historical ties to Moscow, but the real focus here is on the country's energy needs. The country depends on Russia for 95% of its fuel and 20% of its electricity. And let's not forget, they've just lived through one of their harshest winters in decades. Temperatures there can drop to minus 40 degrees Celsius. And without Russian energy, the landlocked state would struggle to make it through its cold and harsh months, because it has yet to successfully diversify the sourcing of its petroleum products. For Russia, meanwhile, Mongolia is an economic partner, but a pretty small one at that. The population is just around 3.4 million. There are talks about a gas pipeline running through the country, but that project seems to have lost steam. So this visit for Russia is mainly symbolic. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, President Putin has become a pariah on the international stage. But now this warm welcome from a member state of the ICC, well, it's a message to the world that he still has some partners, no matter how small, and that he still has influence in some parts of the world, notably in Central Asia.